For our wheelchair assignment, we ended up going to Oscars and Target. And for the first question, how is it different? How is it like compared to normal? For Target, there weren't a whole lot of differences. It took longer, but overall, I mean, not too much.
And at Oscars, there were limited table options, so this only really is an issue if the restaurant is packed, but it was obviously in the afternoon and empty when we were there. Question 2, anything different than what was expected? We pretty much just expected that most places are wheelchair accessible, which was the case for both of these places. However, Oscars had a little bit more, I don't know, I'd say they maybe cut corners a little bit, so I'll discuss that in the next question with the challenges.
So some of our overall challenges was it was really difficult to get both the person and the wheelchair in and out of the car. We had to take the feet off every time, the feet rests, put those in the trunk, and then the rest of the wheelchair in the back seat because they didn't fit together anywhere. It was also raining, so we got a little wet. It was hard to then also propel the wheelchair on your own because the wheels were slippery and everything was just wet and gross. And then at Target, some of the challenges were that the top shelf was hard to both reach and read. It was also difficult to hold the items. I just had one box that I needed, and it kept sliding off my lap, so it was really hard to carry things. And it was a little difficult to maneuver during the checkout just because there were a lot of people there, so getting around people was kind of difficult.
Oscars, like I said, we faced quite a few challenges. There was no ramp to the main parking lot, so she had to get me up on the curb. There were also double doors to get in, so you would walk in and there's an initial narrow doorway, and then you'd walk through a little hallway and then another doorway, and like I said, it was little and narrow, and I actually pinched my fingers while I was trying to wheel, so that was difficult. And then we also tried to go to the bathroom when we were there, and that also had a very narrow hallway, and it was kind of pretty much a 90-degree angle to get in, so it was, I don't know, it'd be super difficult if you were the only one, if you were there by yourself. So, and then like I said, there was limited seating. So question 4, what were people's responses, or did they act differently at all? Generally, we thought people acted very nice. When we were at Target, they actually opened a brand new checkout lane for us, and the only little thing was that there was a little boy in the parking lot that kind of pointed at the wheelchair, but nothing big. Overall, people were generally very nice, and possibly even nicer than if it was just me and Emily going by ourselves without a wheelchair.
Our biggest surprise that we found was that everything was so much more time consuming. We went in for one item at Target and it probably took us about a half hour when I think I could probably get in and out in 10 minutes tops. So that was probably the biggest surprise. And then just also with like the purchases, it was really difficult to carry things, and